Welcome to LinguaWire English B1. Today we have two stories, delivery riders in Italy and a new vote on assisted dying in France. To help you follow today's episode, full transcripts and vocabulary lookups are available at linguawire.com. In Italy, delivery riders are taking action because the summer heat is making their work much harder. Emily, you're our correspondent for environment. What is happening on the ground?
Riders in several Italian cities are striking on Wednesday. They want better working conditions because the heat is so intense.
So this is not only about comfort, it is about health and pay too.
Yes, exactly. In Milan, city authorities have limited deliveries in the hottest hours until September. Glovo and Deliveroo riders are also stopping work in the evening to ask for protection for wages and health.
And that pressure is showing up in other cities as well, right?
It is. In Bologna, riders will switch off their apps and protest in the city centre. In Florence, there will be a similar stoppage for several hours, and temperatures are expected to reach 40 CD this week.
That is a clear sign of how serious the heat has become. Is this only an Italian problem?
No, it is wider than that. The report says workers in many parts of Europe are facing heat stress at work. A union in southern Spain also said protections for Glovo riders were not enough when temperatures were close to 45°C.
So the bigger story is not just a one-day strike. It is a warning about how work is changing in hotter summers.
Yes, and it shows a hard trade-off. Cities want deliveries to keep going, but workers say heat can hurt income and safety without limits.
Emily, thanks. That picture of fast food delivery meeting extreme heat is very modern and very exposed. Now to France, where lawmakers have moved a step closer to a major change in the law. Sarah, you're LinguaWire's correspondent for health. What did MPs vote for?
France's National Assembly voted to create a right to assisted dying under strict conditions. The vote was 291 to 241.
That is a close result, and it has clearly taken years to get here.
It has. The idea has been debated for years, and the proposals changed several times before this vote. But the bill still needs more steps before it can become law.
What are the main limits in the plan?
It would apply to French adults with a serious and incurable illness in an advanced or terminal stage. The illness would need to cause constant physical or psychological suffering that is unbearable or does not respond to treatment.
So it is not a broad change. It is tightly defined.
Exactly. The patient must tell a doctor clearly they want to go ahead. Then there would be a medical check, a reflection period, and the person would usually take the substance themselves.
And if they could not do that?
Then a doctor or nurse could do it. The decision would also need to be checked again on the day. Before the bill becomes law, the Prime Minister is set to send parts of it to France's Constitutional Council.
This seems like a story where the law, medicine, and personal choice all meet in a very sensitive place.
Yes, and that is why the debate has been so hard. Supporters see a way to give more control at the end of life. Opponents worry about pressure on vulnerable people. The vote shows how divided the country still is.
Part 1. Vocabulary from the first story. The noun deliveries means trips or packages being taken from one place to another. In the story, city authorities limited deliveries during the hottest hours. Example: deliveries were delayed because the roads were flooded. The noun wages means the money a worker earns. In the story, the riders wanted protection for their wages as well as their health. Example: her wages went up after she got a better job. The noun stoppage means a pause in work or services. In the story, there was a similar stoppage for several hours in Florence. Example: the train stoppage caused long delays. Part 2. Grammar focus. Will be to talk about something that is expected or planned in the future. In Florence, there will be a similar stoppage for several hours. There will be more debate before the bill can become law. Repeat after me. There will be a similar stoppage. New this month, the LinguaWire Field Guide. For every news theme, it gives you the 50 key words to know, the most important verbs and conjugations that cover 90% of the full month's news podcast episodes, and lesson sheets on the fundamentals, how sentences are built, how the articles work, with flashcard practice to test yourself on all of it. Find it at linguawire.com guide.